Capita Outsiders. We rode this with Union Stratas, and we rode these with Adidas Tactical ADVs. And to give you a quick summary, the Outsiders offers a somewhat technical, slightly forgiving, very poppy, very drivey, fun, technical, slightly aggressive freestyle ride. It's not for beginners and intermediates so much because it's a little more catchy, but it butters, it pops, and it turns so well. A lot of people love the DOA, and it's a great board. But for us, if you like turning as well, this turns better than the DOA. The DOA has flat, this just has more camber and then a touch of early rise in the tip and tail. Check the on the table review, you can see. So you get more camber, more spring, a more complete, fun turning experience. So if that's important to you, this might be the call. If all you're doing is getting air and just really launching it, then the DOA might be the better call. Let's get to the flex. Oh, nice medium flex underfoot. But in the tip and tail, man, this buttered well. Didn't it, Jimbo?
Yeah, definitely well buttered.
Yes.
Butter well.
And it pops well. It's, if you want to butter, ollie, play around, or just get nice returns out of your butters, this really is dynamic and fun, although slightly technical. And in terms of the on-snow feel, and this camber profile like we just described, it tracks well. It's consistent in all conditions. One foot's really well off the chair. It's just a little bit on that advanced expert side. And I think a strong intermediate could easily handle this. Somebody just, looking to start snowboarding, get the outer space living. That's way more forgiving. It's not that stiff and aggressive, but it is a little bit more on the catchy side. With edge hold, again, my only real letdown here. I love this board in soft snow, but as it starts to get harder, it starts to let go. A little too easy for my taste. And the turn initiation with this, while not a super fast edge-to-edge supernova, it was medium fast and fun and springy and just went wherever I needed it. If I was in tight spots, this thing would turn amazing. But then, widening out the turns, going from those quick radius turns to wide to medium to just driving, carving turns, this thing really springs. And of all the boards today you see before us, the Supernova and the Outsiders were hands down our favorite to carve, wouldn't you say? And you would think it would be, it would go Black Snowboard to Death, Warp Speed, Supernova, Outsiders. No, it was the Outsiders and the Supernova. I think we tend to like that camber feel in the carve a little more, and both of these boards has the most camber out of any of these rides. So where these had flat in the tail, this had camber in the tail, it really sprung well. These had rocker or flat in the tip and tail, so it just really lends to somebody who loves to carve and just really wants to rail it up, rail a turn edge, and this is just great, regular and switch, so that's super cool. And it's pretty fast for what it is, but it's no super mountain bomber, but we could pick up some, definitely has mountain speed, definitely. Uneven terrain, I've ridden this in years past, love this in uneven terrain, weaving in and out of bumps. It just drives and springs, and it's not bad going over, but it can be a little, a little chundery, a little bucky. Capita is more on the light and poppy side these days. They used to be stiff and poppy. Now they're softer and poppy and lighter and poppy. But they got more dampness than you would think for uneven terrain, but it's not perfect. But it's definitely on the average to above average side. Switch, perfect either way. Didn't you feel that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Jimbo doesn't know which way he goes these days. He just, he's just always,
Are we going that way?
yeah, and it doesn't catch you up like some other boards here, like these boards. All these boards go the same way, either way, really well. And in terms of powder, no, get the outer space living if you want a powder twin, or if you want something you can set back. maybe the Supernova. If you've ridden an old camber board and powder and that's what you're used to, this will be fine. But if you're used to the newer shapes and the early rise and the nose and tail, like Outer Space Living, that's going to be a better board, setup centered and, you know, float wise. The DOA is going to be about the same because that flat doesn't really lend towards any real extra added float. Maybe a touch better, but probably, you know, they're all about the same. The Outer Space Living really kind of is a step above the DOA and the Outsiders. And for park, I mean, this is a great park board, especially if you like, you know, medium-sized kickers and pipe, but you also want to jib occasionally. You can do this. You can do it all with this board, but it's more of a technical, you know, kind of thing. But overall, I mean, I just enjoy the turn on this board, regular and switch. I enjoy getting a little air. It's a great board and highly recommendable.